And welcome back, sages and witches, to Let's Play Bayonetta 2. We are on Chapter 8, aka a chapter I have been dreading since I've started this Let's Play. Now, in my practice runs and in these recordings, I have typically not used any more than 3 continues. In the practice run I did for this chapter, 17. 17 continues to get through this one. And it was on 3 fights specifically that I had a lot of trouble, so probably within this recording, those fights are also going to give me trouble. Hopefully I can get through this without too many headaches. If I can keep the raw recording under an hour, that would be grand. Not really anything else we want to buy from Rodan at the moment, so let's just save our money. And let's get into Chapter 17, or not Chapter 17, sorry, that was the number of continues. Chapter 8, let's get into it.
This is... Welcome to hell, love. Too late to repent.
These are the gates.
Whatever your friend did to get on the other side of these. Let's just say, she's not having a good day.
No, she isn't, little one. But she'd still be alive if she hadn't wasted her life saving mine.
Huh? Well, she doesn't seem like such a bad friend after all. Fimbulventer can wait for now. I'm opening the gate.
Well, thank you.
Oh, I can't just leave you at a shuttered gate after your sob story, love. Besides, who's gonna save you if our stalker decides to show up again? All right, let's do this.
Alright, and here we go. Before we get into the level proper, I just want to make sure I switch off Undine. I forgot to do that in my practice run, and it caused me to botch this first fight a little bit. But I'm not too worried about that. Here we got a journal right at the start, a seal, and yes, we are at the Gates of Hell. We'll be able to reach Inferno if Loki can open the way for us, and I'm sure Bayonetta will have plenty to do along the way herself. Heading forward for a little bit, we just jump across these bridges, and our first fight of the chapter will be right here. The enemy of the day, or the demon of Inferno? Well, let's let the title card introduce him. It is Greed, a Cerberus-type creature, although he has one head on his butt. He is a fire and ice hybrid. I've never actually tried to see if he can be frozen. Anyways, he's pretty aggressive and he hits pretty hard. We'll just wait until we can activate Witch Time off of him, and then maybe then switch to... whoa! Oh, geez. Okay, let's use this for safety. Pick him up while he's in the air, and woo, hey, okay, woo, okay, good. This should be able to finish this guy off. These guys, like I said, they hit really hard, so be careful. Got a couple Hideouses helping him out, but they're not really the big threats of this fight. Yeah, this did not go perfectly, but I probably should have just stuck to Rakshasa instead of trying to use Chernobog on the Witch Time, but fight still went well enough. We didn't lose all our health. Not too concerned about taking any damage in that first encounter, because we're going to be getting collectibles that make that a bit of a moot point for us. Alright, so first order of business, let's just have Loki open the way for us, but we want to head off to the left here into this little side area. Now, inside this treasure room of sorts, there's a Muspelheim portal. This chest just has a green herb lollipop in it for us, but we want to drop down here and head down this way, because we can kick open this chest and get a broken witch heart. And that gives us our 5th witch heart via collecting broken witch hearts. So we are halfway to completely filling up the 2nd health bar here. And yeah, I didn't draw attention to it earlier, but the Moon Pearl that we bought from Rodan is the last one that we can get from him. So the rest of the Moon Pearls that we gotta collect, we get so by completing Muspelheim challenges or just simply finding them from resting places. You can break open these pots here, get healing, magic, and occasional alchemical ingredients, but we're here for Muspelheim, so let's get into there. This upcoming Muspelheim challenge is just a variation of one we did earlier. This is another enemy arms challenge, as we will see right here, but the enemy arms that we get are demon arms, so we get the demon shotgun, the demon twin blades, and that little pain wheel. Incidentally, we're fighting Pain here. Let's, oh, I was waiting for that guy to put me in witch time so I could hit him for more points. So I already screwed up here. Now this guy is an upgraded version of Pain. I like to call him Fiery Pain. He hits a little bit harder and attacks a bit more aggressively, but the principles for fighting him are basically the same. Now, the pain wheels here are easily the worst weapon, so you either want to get him out of the way first or save him for last. Whatever you feel is the best way to get him out of the weapon pool. Like the previous challenge, the arms respawn when you use up all of the arms that were there previously. Okay, let's hit him with another shotgun blast. We will get the demon twin blades here. Just go... screwed up. Alright, so I'll cut ahead to getting the finishing blow on this guy. Been a while since we failed a Muspelheim challenge on the first try. There we go, okay. Didn't do that perfectly, but good enough, good enough. Luckily, because your combo is so likely to be interrupted during these Muspelheim challenges, you do get a pretty generously low combo score for these, so let's see. Okay, just a regular platinum, I can live with that, I can live with that. We get another broken witch heart here. The reason I collected the other broken witch heart first to fill up our health gauge is because of that strange bug where sometimes if you collect witch hearts in Muspelheim, it doesn't properly fill up your health when you leave it. These pots respawn, so if you want to take a shot at getting more magic and health off of them, by all means, although, like I said, we're already fully restored, so that's not really necessary. Okay, no butterflies there, but that's not a huge deal. Heading over this way, just want to do a little bit of platforming here. As you can see, we got our journal over here. Loki's already gone on ahead, you know, he's eager McBeaver. He's ready to open up the gates of hell. Heading over this way, we've got a relatively simple fight coming up here. We just have one hatred. Actually, yeah, it's really just one hatred. Nothing too complex about this fight. I've noticed that if you lift them up into the air with a... what is it, Wicked Weave strike, or, no, a Wicked Weave launcher. You can hit him into the air. Oop, that was a mistake. I accidentally hit a torture attack. That was not what I meant to do. What I was trying to say is if you hit him into the air with a Wicked Weave launcher and then follow it up with an Afterburner kick and a combo, that's a very high probability of stunning them, so allows you to get in some really good damage easily. Kind of unfortunate that I used the Umbran Climax there by mistake, because that leaves us without some magic for upcoming fight, but it's not a huge deal. Over here, we got an Umbran Crow. Halfway done with collecting those. Alright, let's check out this thing over here. What do you got for us, Loki?
Just remembered.
Mini-boss time, Golem. This guy looks familiar. Anyways, this is a pretty simple fight. For this first section of the fight, I like to use Chernabog to get the hold attacks in. Sadly, took a rather ugly hit. Took a couple ugly hits there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Man, why am I so bad at dodging that attack? I'm just not so... Like, in Infinite Climax, it's always the attacks that come out the slowest that are most likely to hit you, just because you're so unused to it in this version of the game. Okay, whoop. And he changed forms. For this form, I like to use Rakshasa instead. Allows us to keep up the pressure while dodging its much more rapid attacks. if you do enough damage to it before it transforms into a different form, it'll break apart and you can attack its core completely uncontested. Whoop, okay. Just take this down. There we go. Come on. Whoa, hey. Okay, there is the core. Let's get in some hold attacks on it. And for this last phase, we just want to go into Umbran Climax. There we go. Did not do that fight very well. Lost all my health on that, but it's okay. It's situations like these is why we have the generous supply of healing items that the game so graciously provides us. So we'll just use up all of those, use up one of these, and let's stop. I'm just going to go into the Gates of Hell real quick to buy some replacement lollipops. I'll be right back. Alright, with that taken care of, let's get back into the game. Heading into here, we get sent into Paradiso for a brief detour. As you can see, there is a journal over there, so let's just grab that. Well, we're a practical bibliophile at this point. And it looks like we've got some kind of strange cube of energy. I bet we can use this to power the portal to the Gates of Hell, but we're not getting out of here that easily. Okay, let's just let that guy attack us, get the attack in, and do which time? Whoa, hey! Okay, whoa, oh no, whoa, 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 hey, whoa, oh dear, no! I really should have just backed off there, I was getting too careless. Oh well. Yeah. You're always gonna, like, at least for me, the situations where I take by far the most damage are always the ones where I'm just dodging wildly, hoping I'll trigger Witch Time off of it through pure luck, and it's never a good idea, so do not do that. Be better than me at this game. Okay, we want to start taunting here, because this is where we first encounter Allegiance. And normally this fight only has one Allegiance, but the Infinite Climax version, as you'd probably expect, we have to fight two of them. Alright, so with the fight starting out, let me, here we go. We want to get Chernobog out, do this, get this attack up. Let's do a spin there, and we're just going to torture attack one of them to get them out of the picture immediately. That makes this a 1v1. Whoa, hey. Ow, man. And of course, I get my coveted 1v1, and it still goes badly for me. That's okay, though. And just hit him with the Wicked Weave there. Whoa, hey. Alright, got that. Just one more hold attack. There we go. Oof. Scary stuff, but we got through it, For defeating that verse, or clearing that verse rather, we get our first piece of Angelic Hymn for actually this chapter and the next chapter. Very uniquely, the Angelic Hymn we get here is split across two chapters. We get two pieces of it in this chapter, and the remaining piece in the next chapter. It is for a weapon that I don't care for. I'll use it at least once just to show it off, but it's another weapon that, much like Kafka, it's just generally agreed that you really shouldn't bother with it. Here we get a piece of Moon Pearl, which is good for us. That gives us more to work with going into the rest of the level. Well, theoretically, it gives us more to work with if I can keep up collecting magic. Here we got a couple of chests. The broken Moon Pearl is the only thing that we really care about collecting there, but there were some concocting ingredients over there, if you aren't so inclined to grab those. Returning to the area before, Loki will open up the portal for us so we can get back. So long, Paradiso. If you did not collect the Umbran Crow earlier, it'll still be there, so don't worry if you missed it and didn't get it at the first opportunity. You can break open these crystals and stuff, and occasionally they'll have health for you if you need it, and if you're like me, you might need it, so yeah, just always smash these things as you pass by them. Okay. Yep, there's a little bit of health. How about in this one? Magic. Okay, that's actually really handy. We're going to want magic for a couple of tumultuous encounters that are coming up very soon, and I'm not looking forward to them. I am almost certainly going to game over on them, so be excited if you like that kind of thing. Alright, heading into here, we've got a hatred to deal with. Okay, whoop. And a bunch of furies to help him out. Yeah, I was losing a try. I wasn't even sure what I dodged there. Okay. Let's launch him. There we go. Get the stun on him. And this will allow us to just take him down. No problem. Oop. There we go. I knew the stun wasn't going to last much longer, so I had to be a little bit cautious there. And we can just take these guys out, no problem. Heck yeah. Love those, like the scissor effect on the Wicked Weaves with Rakshasa. There we go, there we go. One of the few pure platinum encounters we're going to get in this chapter. I do not expect that for pretty much any other fight in this chapter. Well, actually, I misspoke there. There is one fight, quote-unquote, where I will almost certainly get a pure platinum unless I have another Loki situation, but we'll get to that when we get to that. With that taken care of, we can now move on. That's such an easy verse to miss, because it requires you to backtrack quite a bit relative to how much this game usually asks you to backtrack, if at all. Let me see. Okay, so we're going to be getting into one of the big fights for this chapter right away, or soon enough, so I'm going to use up our green herb lollipops. We don't actually need to revisit the Gates of Hell to get more, because there's going to be another one coming up very soon. And I'm going to replace the Moon of Mahakala with the Evil Harvest Rosary, since I find that I can be a bit more consistent against the enemy that we have to deal with if I utilize this instead of, what is it? Using Witch Time. Alright, so opening up this portal, we get a little drop sequence. Let me see, I collected the journal. So let's jump up here. Now you may have noticed one of the crystals along the way was purple, so I just want to be focusing to make sure I get this. Oh, it's right in the way. That crystal gives you a broken moon pearl. Nice stuff, nice stuff. Alright, so we've opened up a portion of the Gates of Hell. Cracked it open, if you will. Heading over this way. I kind of forgot how few cutscenes there are in this chapter. Now, you don't have to worry about leaving this and looking for any other hidden verses or anything. There's nothing to worry about like that. We can just immediately activate it and move on. That will not be the case with one that we come across in the future. Another rotating pole dance switch like this. Okay, heavy sigh of hesitation. This is what I've been dreading. I am almost certainly going to screw this up, so be patient, because we come into this fight, we get a whole bunch of Furies, and we get Sloth. Oh boy, here is the most infamous enemy in the game. Sloth is basically a boss all on his own. In fact, I'd say he's more difficult than most bosses in this game. Does tons of damage, attacks really fast. Okay, okay, woo, hey. Ooh, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Ooh, we were just gonna hit him with the torture attack. Sloth is the one enemy where it is a really good idea to use torture attacks on him. Unlike most enemies in the game, he very easily avoids your Umbran climaxes. He can just dodge all around the Wicked Weaves that are coming at him. So it is actually legitimately get him to like half dead, then use a Wicked Weave to take him out. Ugh. Okay, that's round one taken care of, because we have another Sloth to fight in this chapter. Oh my goodness. Luckily, I'm going into this with some magic. This is the one situation, or it's a situation like this where getting a game over, really undesirable because it just costs you all your magic. So you're going to be going into Sloth battles without the magic to quickly torture attack him if the fight is going south. Going behind that portal that Loki just opened up over there, we find the next piece of the Angelic Hymn. And here we go. Another Sloth fight right after the previous one. So cruel. On hard and normal, instead you fight a Greed here, which is a much more manageable battle, especially when it's just one of them. Whoa. So the best way to deal with Sloth when you've got him by his lonesome like this, and it is not like that. I knew I was going to fail that. The best way to deal with him by his lonesome is to get in close and buffer up a punch-kick-punch Wicked Weave. Between the Evil Harvest Rosary bead launching counterattacks when you actually manage to dodge his attacks, and the Wicked Weaves coming out, occasionally you can launch him away and get a couple quick attacks, and that'll weaken him a little bit. So now we don't have any magic to use, so we have to do a lot better and actually dodge around quite a lot more before I can finish this guy off. Okay, so use the Wicked Weaves like so. And, boo! No. One of the big problems with fighting Demons of Inferno is that there's a red background often, and all of their attack tells are also red, so it can actually be very hard to see their attacks incoming. Okay, that did not do anything. like so many other enemies, it's a good idea to keep your gunfire going when he's at a distance. Okay. Ooh, no. Screwed that up. Ooh, ah! Okay, so I'm just gonna cut ahead to when I actually beat this guy. This is likely where the bulk of my continues are going to come in on this stage, so be prepared. Alright, there we go. I ultimately decided to abandon the Evil Harvest Rosary strategy, because that was a lot more effective in my memory than it actually is in practice. So it took a few tries, but I actually did get it. Now, something that can make that fight easier if you end up having to use a continue like me, and you're not using items, I probably should have just used a Mega Magic Lollipop, but there are some pots here that, if you break them, they can occasionally contain a Magic Butterfly, which will speed up your ability to get a Torture attack on that guy. I was not so lucky that attempt, but I ended up not really needing it anyway. Anyway, I would recommend equipping the Evil Harvest Rosary after that anyway, because it's not really going to be useful in any other fights if you were using it. And ultimately, yeah, like I said, that was way more effective in my memory than it actually is in practice, so not exactly what I'd recommend anymore. Oh well. It's always good to try different things, though. One of my weaknesses as a player, I will fully admit, is that I am very rigid in my approach, and I often need to see people show me other, more effective ways to do things. Once I see those ways, though, I'm usually pretty good at replicating them, if nothing else. Just wish I was a bit more flexible in the moment. Ooh, hey. You may notice that I'm not using my magic here. I do want to actually save it because, unfortunately, we're not at the end of the tough fights for this chapter. There is one more really difficult one that I have a high probability of screwing up, but going into it with full magic and being able to use 2 Umbran Climaxes right out of the starting gate, that will give us good chances of doing it with minimal headaches. Alright. We just got one more Gravitas to take out here. Unfortunately, he hit me just as I was about to do my Wicked Weave, so not able to stun him as I was hoping there, but it's okay. Woo, okay. Getting a little caught up in the things here, the moments. Yeah, unfortunately, I've kind of exhausted everything there is to say about these guys specifically. Once you've fought them, you fought one Gravitas or Urbane, you basically fought them all. They're all very similar fights to each other. But hey, at least I can do this with relatively little pain. Oop. And yeah, just jump up in case the witch time ended as he was coming down. Don't want to be caught underneath his rather sizable behind. Alright, alright. We're doing okay. We're making it through here. And yeah, did pretty bad on time there. Probably would have gotten the thing for the time score if I actually utilized my Umbran Climax there, but like I said, I'm saving it for fights that are a bit more pressing in my opinion. Alright, get all that stuff up here. Before we dive into the water over here, you probably recognize this as the area from the first area of the game. I don't find those gauntlets over there to be too useful. Also, there is an Umbran Crow up here. Let's just grab him. No, that is not how we do that. Okay, hold on. Let's try that again. Thankfully, in sharp contrast to Bayonetta 1, the crows, if you screw up grabbing them, they come back in much, much faster than they did in Bayonetta 1, where you had to wait quite a while for them to reappear. Also, I'm struggling to grab this one. On my practice run, I grabbed this thing on the first try. There we go. Heading over into the water here, before we head all the way up, we got a Muspelheim portal to enter, so let's just get into this. Alright, heading into this one, you can probably already tell what we got coming up just based on those platforms. There is another Don't Hit the Ground challenge, so I'm going to once again get Kafka out. Not as effective for this one as it was for the previous one, because we have a little bit more limited space to go around, but we should still be able to use it to roughly the same effect, if I don't screw up immediately. Alright, shake it off, shake it off. We're doing okay. I think I managed to defeat the, what is it, Sloth in fewer tries on the previous, or compared to my practice run than I did in this real run, and that was terrible. Alright, so I'm gonna once again shift to just focus mode, and I'll cut to when I get to the successful attempt on this, and the commentary will just drop out here. Well, that was a very terrible attempt at that, but this actually ran way longer than I expected. It took me like 10 minutes to get the stupid one successful. I did that way better in practice, but you know, I do everything better in practice, so that doesn't really mean much. Oh well. We cleared it, and we get a Broken Moon Pearl for our efforts. Hooray. We're doing good on the magic now. We're almost at the point where we can stock 3 full Big Pearls and 3 full Umbran Climaxes, which would be pretty sweet if we had any good situation where we could use that. Although honestly, stocking up to 3 Big Pearls, can't think of too many fights in the game where I'd want that much Umbran Climax all at once. Usually you're just good with 2 if you really need that much. Whatever. Heading over to this way, we've got a very simple fight coming up, just a couple fidelities, nothing too major. The only thing about it is that this is one of the last underwater battles that we get into, so, you know, got all the... oh, jeez. Got all the headaches to deal with that typically come with those, and of course I get hit. Oh, well. Yeah, I just absolutely despise the really sluggish movement here, and the fact that the fidelities are able to move so much more effectively, and they have a tendency to try and kite back to make it even harder to hit them, is just so obnoxious. There are a couple of weapons that we get later in the game that make this less of a hassle to deal with, but obviously we don't have those right now, so a bit of a moot point, all things considered. Yeah, just like, look at that, he's floating all the way back, so I have such a hard time actually hitting him. I mean, I guess I could use Love is Blue and use the hold attacks to get some extra damage in, but that's also really weak, so it's not really that much faster. Whatever. We finally finished it. Did not do that fight very well, but we won, so... given how, you know, I've used like a dozen continues at this point, we're not getting platinum or anything higher than stone no matter what, so it's not really something to get bent out of shape about at this point. Now, once again, Loki has opened up the portal for us, but before we head over there, we just want to head up to this side right here, and we will find a chest with another Broken Witch Heart in it for us. And we've got 2 of 4. Okay, yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, but it's actually, next Broken Witch Heart is going to be coming up in this Muspelheim right here. It's right in front of you. It's kind of one of those situations where they expect you to miss it by putting it right in front of you, so you're just running ahead and you just bypass it entirely. But we were attentive here. We've actually got this Muspelheim portal. Thankfully, much more simplistic one than the previous one, single combo challenge, so we just cannot drop that combo. Of course, the caveat is that we have tough Inferno demons to deal with instead of angelic enemies. Here we've got an enemy that typically we don't see until, what the heck? Oh, right, an enemy that we don't typically see until, uh-oh, oof, that was close. Yeah, sorry, it's getting a little dicey there. Okay. I think I got a perfect timed Muna Mahakala there. When you get a perfectly timed counter, it causes time to slow down, much like if you had gotten a perfect dodge. That's pretty nice. Here we've got resentment here. Fortunately, when it's just one of them, they are not that much of a threat. Let's just use the Umbran Climax here to take him out before he gets a chance to really set up on us. Woo, hey. Alright, okay. When he does that, you know, Scorpion style, get over here. Oh, jeez. I'm waiting for, no! Bad, 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 bad. Yeah, that is his command grab. It just completely torpedoes your combo. That is the one thing you gotta watch out for from that guy in this, and unfortunately, I blundered right into it. But this gives me a chance to talk more about Malicious, at least. This is basically the Inferno equivalent of Enrapture. She can buff up her team by screaming and making them enraged, but that's not really the most threatening thing she can do. Biggest problem with her is that she just has wing swipes that come out really quick, and it can be easy to lose track of them because they actually have a unique color prompting their attack. It's purple, so if you're not looking for purple, or you're just too focused on Bayonetta's purple, you can very easily miss that attack there. For some reason, Bayonetta likes to prioritize the Furies with her auto-targeting. Not sure why. Yeah, it makes it a little trickier to get the far more threatening resentment in your gun sights, but it's not a huge deal. Okay. Hopefully I can actually use Umbran Climax like I intended to here. Okay, there we go. With that taken care of, we're past the really tough part. Here we've got Greed, and he is, you know, he is Greed. Just gotta be mindful of what he does with his rather quick swipes there. You can get much longer witch times if you dodge off the Furies, which can really help with this. They're little slow-moving orbs that just debuff you by making you slow until you mash out of them. Those are really handy for that. Woo, hey. Can I actually fit... Bayonetta's auto-targeting is screwing up really hard here. Yeah. Sometimes it's a good idea to just get a complete lock-on on dangerous enemies so that the auto-targeting doesn't screw you up like it was doing for me there. Bayonetta has a bit of a hard time managing the Furies. There we go. Not the best I've ever had that fight, but it's a success. It's a success. I'm sorry if I sound so unmotivated. This is just such a stressful chapter, and we are not even at the hardest chapter in the game yet. That will be in 2 chapters from now. Oh, jeez. But hey, this is the kind of thing you're here to see, right? Why watch anybody play on Infinite Climax if they weren't going to fail miserably at it? Anyway, before we head up, let's just bust open some of these pots, see if we get any healing items, and we did not. And we'll... Hey, that'll be handy. Let's get Shurtabog back out. We're going to need it for an upcoming fight. Not this one, though. This is the easiest pure platinum in the game. This is just an escape sequence. You don't even have to attack this guy to get any combo points. Just keep running with Beast Within, and you will get a pure platinum on this. And that's all there is to say about it. Don't really have anything in the way of advanced fancy tech to say here. Only thing you want to be mindful of is you want to go all the way and get onto the side platform there. Otherwise, you'll get crushed by the big golem hand. But yeah, don't even have to like launch any bullets at him to get a combo built up. You can just run. Anyways, here we have 3 resentments, and we are not even going to play the game's game here. We are just going to bust out Umbran Climax, do that. We're going to bust it out again. Do this. No! Drop the combo. Yeah, unfortunately, one thing that's really screws me up with that is that the combo is a little laggy. Oh, geez. Okay. Finish this guy off. There we go. If we can just get these guys paired down a little bit, this will make this so much easier. Oh, geez. Am I going to screw this up? Whoop. Don't even mess around. And finish this guy off. Ooh, that was close. That was what I was saving my magic for. 3 resentments is such a difficult encounter to manage, because if it gets out of hand, they start launching their de-aging lasers, or they start grabbing you, it just becomes a nightmare. Whatever you say, Loki, whatever you say. But we did it, we are fine. Let's power up this gate here. There is another item to collect on this drop sequence, and it is the last Broken Witch Heart for this stage. So we want to hang off to the left there to get it. There we go, and we get a complete Broken Witch Heart, another health upgrade. Could have used this earlier, but hey, at least we got it. And heading through here, Bayonetta gives the Gates of Hell a swift kick. And they are fully exposed. And no fancy end-of-level cutscene here, that is it. So, that is Chapter 8, Ancient Civilization, and that is our first stone ranking of the Let's Play. But hey, only 8 continues to the 17 I had in practice. I think that's an improvement. So, you know, small favors, small favors. Oh man, that one is so brutal. Fortunately, the following chapter is also not only shorter, it's also nowhere near as difficult. That is not to say the same of the chapter that comes after it, but we'll get there when we get there. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, right? Oh, okay. Alright, I'm calm. As always, hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. But until then, goodbye.